Dustin, a dedicated forest ranger, had spent years patrolling his section of the forest, observing wildlife and ensuring their habitats were safe. His deep connection with the forest made him attentive to even the slightest changes. One day, he noticed an unusually large nest in a tall tree. Initially, he dismissed it, but over time, the nest grew unnaturally large, as if crafted by something beyond ordinary birds. The thick branches and eerie silence surrounding it piqued his curiosity. The silence around the nest became increasingly unsettling. Even the wind seemed to avoid the area. Determined to investigate, Dustin arrived early one morning, with fog still blanketing the forest. Around the tree, he discovered strange, oversized footprints that didn't belong to any known animal. Some resembled human shoe prints, but were far too large. Suspicious, Dustin brought a ladder the next day and, despite his fear of heights, climbed to the nest. At the top, Dustin was shocked to find not eggs or birds, but shiny metal devices and small containers hidden among the branches. When he touched one, it clicked ominously, making him recoil. Alarmed, Dustin reported his findings to the police, but they dismissed his concerns. Frustrated, he decided to conduct his own investigation, feeling a duty to protect the forest and its inhabitants. Dustin began meticulously documenting the area, taking notes and photographs. He spoke to colleagues and forest visitors, gathering accounts of strange lights, shadows, and noises near the nest at night. These eerie stories, filled with fear and confusion, convinced Dustin something illegal was happening. His investigation led him to a hidden path deeper in the forest, where he found abandoned tools, empty cages, and even traces of blood, indicating criminal activity. With more concrete evidence, Dustin returned to the police, who finally took him seriously and launched a formal investigation. The detective who arrived at the scene was visibly disturbed by Dustin's findings. Together, they set up hidden cameras and organized night surveillance, with Dustin staying vigilant, prepared for any danger lurking in the forest shadows. Their efforts paid off when they captured footage of a group of people sneaking into the forest at night, conducting suspicious activities near the nest. The criminals moved with practiced ease, clearly familiar with the terrain. The police acted swiftly, and during a special operation, they arrested the culprits, uncovering a smuggling ring that used the nest to hide eggs of rare birds. When the cache was opened, Dustin saw dozens of fragile, priceless eggs, some from species he had never encountered before. The investigation revealed the criminals were part of a vast international network involved in the illegal wildlife trade, threatening the survival of many rare species. Dustin was horrified by the scale of the operation and the potential loss of irreplaceable wildlife. Thanks to Dustin's vigilance and determination, the smuggling ring was dismantled, and many rare birds were saved. His actions earned him an award for his contribution to wildlife protection. Standing on stage, Dustin felt a deep sense of pride and humility, knowing his efforts had made a significant impact. His story inspired many to become more environmentally conscious and report suspicious activities. The forest where Dustin worked became a safer haven for wildlife. Authorities increased measures to protect the area, and animals that once avoided it began to return. Dustin continued his work as a forest ranger with even greater dedication, organizing educational programs to teach visitors about conservation. His passion for the forest shone through as he shared his experiences, especially with children who loved learning from him. A year later, Dustin witnessed something incredible. Birds returned to the very tree where the smuggling operation had taken place and built a new nest. For Dustin, this symbolized the restoration of natural balance and the success of his mission to protect the forest. His story not only brought attention to the illegal wildlife trade, but also highlighted the power of one person's dedication to making a difference.